Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to try something with this video that I have tried before, but I don't think I ever actually posted the video because your girl struggled with it. And that is, we're going to do a live read and react weekend. So I've technically already started. It's Saturday around 11 a.m. And I did some reading last night to finish up the book that I was reading during the week. And I've already done some reading this morning that I'll get to after after this little intro. And we're just gonna have a good time and we'll check back in, and yeah, you'll get to see what I'm reading. I'll like do little check-ins at different parts and tell you like my reactions and thoughts. But let's see, Matt thinks I'm going to read 6 books this weekend. I think that's a lot. But come on with me on my reading for all of Saturday and Sunday. Okay, first check-in. This morning after Pilates, while I was waiting for Matt to pick me up, I started The Wild Card by Stephanie Archer. And this is the 5th book and the final book in the Vancouver Storm series. So we're following Jordan, who is the barkeep at the local dive bar that the team goes to. And we found out in a previous book, so spoiler warning, that she is the basically estranged daughter of the Vancouver Storm, the team owner. Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. Hi, YouTube.
Matt was bringing me some water because he's awesome. And we're following Tate Ward, who is the head coach of the Vancouver Storm. So, as you can see, not that far into the book yet, Matt picked me up and we got breakfast, and there was just there was a line where Tate and his, I think, 9-year-old daughter are talking, and she's like, "Dad, are you gonna die alone?" And he's shocked. He goes, no. And in his head, he's like, "I am definitely going to die alone." He's like, "There's no romance happening right now in my life, and I really don't have time for it between being a head coach for an NHL team and spending time with my daughter." But he doesn't need her to know that. So he goes, why do you think I'm gonna die alone? And she goes, "I heard Mom tell Jeff," and now Jeff is her stepdad. She goes, "I heard Mom tell Jeff that you're gonna die alone." And he goes, "Great." Great. And it seems like it's a very amicable co-parenting situation. And she and her partner, her new husband, really just want Tate to find someone to be in love with as well. And I just kind of silently cackled in the bagel shop that we were in, because I can fully picture a little kid who has this really good co-parent situation go up to her dad and be like, "Yeah, Mom said you were gonna die alone." So that's where we are in this book, and I'm about to pop up onto the couch and continue reading. I also am finishing up listening to an audiobook that I started at the end of last week. Um, and that is The Things Gods Break. So while I was putzing around, I also was listening to that. Brief, I guess, little update on that end. I am like 92% through it, and it is so intense. The author, Abigail Owen, is such a good author. Like I love Greek mythology and writings and books that like take inspiration. Like we all know I'm a Percy Jackson fan. We all know that Lore from Alexandra Bracken is probably one of my all-time favorite books. If it has Greek mythology, I'm pretty much down. When I say this book I have like preset notions on gods and titans and how I think of them based on everything I've already read. And when I say this book has changed some of those thoughts and opinions that are like have been hardwired into me since childhood, um, stellar. I think that's a stellar job. The third book in the trilogy is not out yet, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to wait some time until we get that. I think like the end of the year, like November. But that's it for this check-in. Catch me reading on this couch behind me, and the goal is to get this romance completely done today and either start a second smaller book or completely maybe even finish that smaller book and finish my audiobook today. Those are the goals. We'll see what happens. I'll check back in later. Hey everybody, quick check-in on the wild card. We are about 24% of the way through the book, and let me tell you how cute this is. So Jordan is now working for the team because I think I mentioned it earlier, her dad is the current owner and Coach Tate Ward is helping her out, like she's shadowing him. Anyways, so one of the things that kind of happens in this series is that we see women in male dominated fields. Sorry, I'm moving the microphone away from my face. We see women in male dominated fields, and we see the struggle that can be. And we've just sat through a meeting where Jordan and Darcy from one of the previous books, they were the only women in this meeting. And before Tate joins the call, the men are just like ignoring them. And like, if they try to participate, it's like they didn't even speak. And it's so infuriating because that does happen. Anyways, so Tate joins the call. They have the meeting, and like one of the guys is really rude to Jordan, and we're in his point of view for this meeting. Our guy, Daddy Ward, he is furious. He's like, how dare you disrespect a woman? Like, do not call her a girl. She's a grown woman. She has a right to be here. And he just like puts them all in their place and is like, no, 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 no. We are not doing this. And if any of you have a problem with it, that's fine. We can make organizational changes. Basically, everyone's replaceable. And we're really digging this. Another update is that Jordan has kind of taken in a stray cat who she describes as like this really ugly, like snaggletooth cat. And she gets evicted from her apartment because she's actually not supposed to have any pets. And so, of course, Tate's there when or I guess Tate's there when she finds out about this. And he's like, don't worry, you can come and crash with me. Man has a whole like little guest cabin, like studio apartment, that's like right across from his house. So now she's living there. It's super cute. It's going good so far. We'll check in again in a bit. Hello everyone, we are at about 45% of the way through the wild card. I have not moved. I have multiple kittens on and around me, so I'm just accepting my fate to become one with the couch and read as much as possible this weekend. Updates. So clearly we're both attracted to each other, but nothing can happen. It wouldn't be right, you know? We work together, we live close to each other. We don't want to get the 9-year-old's hopes up or feelings hurt. But also, all of the guys on the team set up a secret meeting without Tate, the coach, and with Jordan. And the entire presentation is just like, wow, Tate Ward is such an amazing hockey player. He's such a stand-up guy. He's a good dad. Wow. He's really great. There's even a line that's like, Tate Ward is so kind and caring and super handsome. I bet he'd make a great boyfriend. And it's like Luca, the rookie Walker. Yeah, it's going good. The reading weekend, it's exactly what we needed. Okay, we're back. We're back with our final check-in. It has gotten darker, and that's okay. It happens when it's the beginning of the year. We finished the wild card. Yay! First full book of the weekend finished. Like 440 some pages. Go us! And oh my god, it was so cute. This might be up there for like my favorite in the series. And honestly, I just kept thinking like how this is the last book in the series, I think, and how that makes me really sad because, you know, Stephanie, you could write about every single team member finding love, and I would be thrilled. I would be ready for it. Like, you're introducing new characters and new team members, and I'm just sitting here like, I want their story next. Tate and Jordan's story was super cute. I don't know if any of you watch the Shaunaverse on any media form, but I love the Shaunaverse, Shauna the mom. And there was a particular scene in this book where Jordan is like very defensive of B Tate's daughter, and it reminded me of a scene in like the most recent video that Shauna posted where like Teeny, Shauna's best friend, was like getting very upset because a little kid was bullying another little kid, and she's like, I'm about to bully a child. And so if you're a fan of the Shaunaverse, go ahead and just like read the wild card. You will also, if you love the Shaunaverse, you'll love the wild card. And now there's a kitten cameo. Um, but yeah, overall, really great book. I'll talk a little more about it in my I'll talk a little more about it in my reading recap for February. But until then, let's continue reading. I think I'm going to get things prepared for tomorrow and do a little prep work, which means I'll be listening to my audiobook, and then I need to decide what my next physical book is going to be. See you later. Hello, we're back with another check-in. The makeup is gone, the hair is up, we've moved slightly. Okay, check-in. I was getting ready for tomorrow and listening to my audiobook, which was The Things Gods Break. And I actually have a physical copy I just got at Half Price Books like yesterday. And I decided that I had a little over an hour left in the audiobook, but like only 20 pages left, and I can read faster than that. So I locked in and I read to the finish. And when I tell you, this book is so good. It's so good. And I'm so angry right now. I'm angry because how good this book is. And I'm angry that I have to wait until November. To find out the conclusion of this trilogy. Girl, it was so good. I'm not going to say a lot here on this book, mostly because it's the second in a sequel and I want to sit on it and figure out exactly what I want to say for the reading recap. But you all, in this live recap, like literally I finished a second ago, and while I was reading the last part of the book, I just kept going, I'm so angry. And Matt was like, is it bad? And I was like, no, I'm so angry because it's so good. It's so good. And now I have to wait. And you know what? It's fair. It takes a lot to finish a really good book and like write and edit and all that. And like, I will wait. I will wait. And it will be amazing. But also, I'm so I'll do one little spoiler, so if you don't want the spoiler, just like skip ahead maybe like 30 seconds. The epilogue to book 2 is literally one page, and it's called The Deceiver. Oh, Abigail Owen. Girl, what have you done? What have you done to me? We get to see the deceiver, but we don't know who it is. Rude. And also genius. Thank you. Take my money. Okay. I'm gonna pop off now and start my next physical book. I'll try and either do one more check-in before bed or I'll catch you up tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Hello, everyone. As you can see, we are in the office. Matt is going to be in the video for part of it. We have our very pretty book. And Artie Cat is just below the camera line, I think, so she might hop up and join us. No idea how the lighting is. Editing, Mackenzie will find out, but we are going to start the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop now. I'll read to you what the inside flap says. Welcome to the Cherry Blossom Bookshop, a haven for book lovers that only appears during the fleeting cherry blossom season. Nestled amidst the bloom of delicate petals, you'll find a sanctuary for those burdened by regrets and past sorrows. Here, Sakura, the mysterious young owner, and her wise calico cat, Kobako, patiently await the arrival of souls in need of solace and healing. Told over 4 seasons, each visitor to the bookshop holds a book that bridges their past and present, guiding them towards understanding and acceptance. With the antique charm of the shop and the soothing aroma of freshly brewed coffee, Sakura and Koboko help their guests confront lingering sadness through the power of stories, enabling them to move forward with renewed hope. This was, I believe, originally written in Japanese and then translated into English. So let's dive in. The prologue title, you definitely can't see it. I'll have to take a picture and put it in the video. Has a picture of a cat. Perfect. Perfect. Hi, Artie. Okay, so brief update. I just finished the first of 4 guests at the bookstore, and I'm about 31% done with this book. It's not what I was expecting. I feel like I was expecting it to be kind of from the shop owner's perspective, Sakura. But actually, at least for this first chapter, it was from the perspective of the first customer, and we see a young woman who just found out, or I guess just found out isn't the right word, but her mother unexpectedly passed, and she has regrets about how their relationship had been towards the end of her mother's life, and kind of how her relationship is with her brother, and she's uncertain what the future holds. And as promised, the bookstore comes into play and helps her, and it was actually quite lovely. I've really enjoyed reading it so far. Yeah, so we're going to hop right into the next customer. Hello again. We are checking back in. We've just finished the second story of the Cherry Blossom Bookshop, the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop book, and I cried during the second story. It's about, and the POV is from an elderly man with dementia, it sounds like, and he's missing his wife, and he's trying to remember a promise that he made her. And it was just so beautifully written, being in the point of view of someone with dementia. I feel like it's something that's probably hard to write, especially because I'm sure the person has never personally experienced it. It just was so sweet, and it made me cry, but it was really good. It was really good. If you have a family member with dementia, it might be a little triggering, but I also think it's a really good read to kind of see what they're going through. So we'll check back in after the third story. I'm a little over halfway through. And that's all for now. Hopefully the next one I don't cry during, but we'll see. Hello, trying to get Nike Girl in on the update. We are 76% done with, yes, little girl. Yeah. We're 76% done with the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. And good news, I did not cry during the third story. This one is about twins who are getting ready to live apart for the first time, and them like going over some things. Yeah, this one was probably my least favorite of the three stories, but it was still very cute. Looking forward to story number 4, and we'll get right back into that. We're going to try and finish up this last little story. We have only a little bit left in the book before cat dinner, and then we'll feed the demons and start one last book. I don't know if we'll finish it, but we're going to start one more. So until then, hello, welcome back. We have finished the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. I loved it. I really loved it. There's my thumb. I'm not going to talk about the last chapter, the last story and visitor to the shop, because that would be such a spoiler that I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But it's a wonderful read. I'm so happy that Matt saw it in the bookstore and pointed it out to me. And I'm so happy I got to read it, especially during this live read and react. I truly think everyone should go either get a copy to read or get it wherever you read books for free, like a library. It was really lovely. It is almost 5:30. I didn't make it all the way to the end before cat dinner, so I took a little break, helped Matt feed the cats, and now I think we're going to figure out what to start next. So for you, it's just going to be a second. For me, it's going to be a little bit while I pitter patter around and decide what's the last book I'm going to do for the live read and react weekend. But I will catch you back up. So, ciao. Hello, we are back. We have our last book for Artie for the live read and react weekend. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this book tonight because I don't even know what time it is, almost 6. The hair is down because sometimes you just need to let your hair down. Beanie is on that I've stolen from Matt. And we're going to start The Stars to Fondly. Let's hear what it's about. So here's the thing. Cleo and her friends really, truly didn't mean to steal the spaceship. They just wanted to know why, 20 years ago, the entire Providence crew vanished without a trace. But then the stupid dark matter engine started all on its own, and now these 4 20-somethings are en route to Proxima Centauri, unable to turn around, and being harangued by a snarky hologram that has the face and attitude of the ship's missing captain, Billy. Cleo has dreamt of being an astronaut all her life, and Earth is kind of a lost cause at this point, so this should be one of those blessings in disguise people talk about. But as the ship gets deeper into space, the laws of physics start twisting. Old mysteries start crawling back to life, and Cleo's initially combative relationship with Billy turns into something deeper and more desperate than either woman is prepared for. Okay, love space, love a good rom. This is one of the books that I got on Matt and I's honeymoon, so let's get into it. Look at how pretty this cover is.
That's cute.
It's shiny too. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are at the end of the live read and react weekend. I ended up finishing 4 books and starting a 5th. I did 2 start to finish. They all honestly have been wonderful. I think they've all been 4 or 5 stars. And the one I'm starting now is also really good. So the only thing weird about the one I'm starting now is that there are like multimedia forms of getting us the information. So we have a first person POV, maybe it was third person. We have a POV of who is our main character, Cleo. And then every once in a while within the same chapter, they're long chapters, we get like archived records either of like communications or medical records or like news articles. And then we also get like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's the text is in italics and it's just like giving us extra information that we as readers will get, but it doesn't seem like our characters have this information, and they don't have the archived information either. So really weird, but really interesting and really good so far. I only got about like 13% into this book, but it is what it is. If only I'd started reading sooner or earlier in the day. Maybe if I just hadn't like been an actually productive human and like gotten ready for work this week. But those are necessary things. So at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed the live read and react. I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. Matt took care of me this weekend, so shout out to Matt for being an amazing partner. And we're going to finish making up dinner. Let me know in the comments if you liked this, if you'd like to see something like this again. I'm also thinking of doing something like an average reading week. So like basically documenting how much I read in a week, because I'm sure, you know, we're all busy people. And maybe you want to see what does Mackenzie actually read per read. What does Mackenzie actually read every week? I don't know. We're going to find out if we decide to do that. So until then, I hope you all are having wonderful weeks. I hope if you have a new book release coming out today that it's wonderful and that you get to go get it first opportunity. And until next week, bye. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye.